doing it.
Hello, and welcome back to the Gamer's Tale. I'm Trent Ganner. I'll be your dungeon master for
Labia.
the evening, and I am joined by our lovely cast again of Brocked. After a long hiatus, Brocked. Frederick will not be here with us. Greer Underhill, Grimley is also not with us. Lundgren Bask, Mia Moira, and Tread Scala.
Hello.
When last we left our heroes, they had just defeated one of the Eyes of Astrasen and made their way through the shantytown in front of the Soul Furnace. Loburn had been completely subdued by Zolthar's forces, and they were allowed to explore the furnace, finding the horrible remains of the experiments going on in there, resulting in a pile of dead children, unfortunately, and a much needed repair construct of a type of warforged as well, a few rooms down. After consulting with Crookshank, what is he? He's an alchemist, not
Artificer.
an alchemist. Artificer.
Alchemist.
They managed to determine that wasn't a good idea, and they just unplugged the warforged, leaving it to its solemn rest. Greer finally got his amazing knuckles, or dangerous gauntlets, that he has been waiting so long for, and Miyamura was able to get her gems as well.
Diamonds.
Mr. Toastboard made an appearance, and some of the party went down into the crypts below the city in order to check out an ancient grave that featured, if I remember correctly, it was armor that was green in color, made of some sort of scales, and a sword that was matching in color, if I remember correctly, that was wielded by an ancient hero of Yantivos. We'll pick up there. Frederick still is keeping out of it, but I believe it is Tread Scala, Issa Totspa, and Greer under there. Everyone else is
And
going with
Loburn.
it. Oh, Lundgren
And me.
Was he there?
Because we were discussing about who could wear the armor. Greer it's too small for him, and Tread doesn't wear any. I wasn't sure about Frederick. Only other person who was with us now could possibly wear it would be me.
We could always just take it up and see if. I know it's not really his style, but maybe the Tempest King could use it. I don't know him all that well.
Yeah. If it's magical, he's anti-magic, though.
Well, maybe if it's touching him, or it's something beneficial to him.
All right. I mean, there's no harm in trying. I'm just saying, based on what little we know about him, that may or may not work.
I'm guessing it doesn't look like it would fit Mia Moira.
Well, as with the nature of magical items, some things resize themselves, others do not. You don't know.
Maybe this is one of those kinds that can grow or shrink. Let's see if it would Mia want it? Blue fur, green. I don't know how well that would look.
No, I don't know.
Probably
We always-
figure this out once we're back with everyone else.
Let's just take the armor. Greer said we'd bring it back after a year. We took the armor and weapons, and he's duty bound to bring it back after a whole year if we don't get it by then or haven't used it. So we just got to make sure it gets back here by then, which is okay.
Works for me.
It's just a quick adventure. 30 minutes and we'll be back.
14 days later, still not back.
Tread, can you carry it out of here? It's a little bit big for me.
I toss him in the bag of holding.
Forgot about that, kind of.
Okay. So you guys are leaving the crypt?
Yes.
All right. You guys make your way back up to the surface. It's not all that dangerous. The the sewers and crypts of this area seem to be rather safe compared to other locations that you've been in. You guys meet up back in I believe it was Chislers, is where you guys were staying last.
No. Oh yeah, we were staying at Tizzler's, but everybody was at the keg when we left.
Yeah.
We didn't have to move from there, did we?
You moved from one place to another. It was
Chislers is where we moved to, right?
yeah. Chislers is the one you moved to.
And Brock is still shitting off the tower.
No, at this point, I have finished shitting off the tower, and I'm
Pinched it
making
off.
my way onto the street. Making my way downtown.
Ow my ass and I'm homebound. Anyway. So, through a feat of plot and magic, you guys all make it back to the... This is the wrong notes. You guys make it back to Chislers, which is still held by the very and ever still grumpy little dwarf man. Yeah, you were staying previously at the Lonesome Knight Inn. You are now at Chislers. Darroch Stonehead runs the establishment with his wife Lorraine as the cook. You you spend the evening in your apartments. You are offered some more dwarven gruel, which Grimly accepts and eats at least one bowl of. And do you do anything before going to bed? Do you do something in the night? Or do you want it to be the next day?
I will say that Mia Moira looks very tired. As she has most likely been helping and healing all day.
Oof.
While you guys were doing whatever you were doing.
Tomb raiding.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
I'm going to refuse another bowl of gruel because I secretly suspect that it gave me the shits.
Well, you did eat.
There's no secret.
You were on the toilet for a day and a half. For a
You
week.
ate like 7 of them after being dared to eat 10.
You didn't quite
Stop,
make it.
Okay, well, I'm going to bed.
Okay.
I will make mention. Mia, we found some armor. Check it out in the morning. I'm actually going to sleep.
Yes, I should also be going to sleep. I'm very tired.
Greer's gonna take up a corner of Mia Moira's bed. Like a little guard dog.
No, he's not. She has to use like 3 of them. Because these are dwarf-sized beds.
4.
There's no room for you.
I'm smaller than a fucking dwarf. I'm taking up a corner
Have
of
you-
your bed.
No, you have your own bed.
Aw. So the night
Nope.
passes without incident. Or does it? In the morning.
Greer gets kicked.
In the morning, it does occur that it's an oversized. It's not oversized. It's an overcast day after the sunrise.
Oversized day.
It's an oversized day.
Big day.
Every day is an oversized day for me and Moira.
Ugh. The sunrise breaks over the plains, and as the sun gets higher, the clouds come back as if they're covering up the sun. Now, word comes to your ears that someone in the shantytown ahead of the someone brings a message to Chislers from the minstrels, and someone is looking for individuals who are strong or who might have aided in the overthrow of Loburn to meet them at the shantytown.
We can't
Could
ignore
be. Well, the minstrels are trustworthy. So Should be okay, shouldn't it?
Up and at
We
him.
could-
Let's get
We
some
could send
breakfast
one
and get
of us,
going over
then
there.
the other people can watch from a distance.
These are my people. You've already dealt with the minstrels enough. You know them.
Let's go.
Yes, they are very trustworthy.
Let's have some breakfast first.
If it's the minstrels.
Did I?
Not worry, I will
Yeah.
be there. It will be fine.
It's
worry,
minstrels,
Brock.
not gruel,
We'll
Brock. You'll
protect
be
you.
fine.
I'll go up and pat Brock on his calf and go, "Don't worry, Brock. We'll protect you."
This is coming from a guy who melted a fingerprint off his own finger. You'll be fine.
Wait, when did you do
When
that?
did I do that?
That was a couple of months ago. Yeah, long story. Actually, no, it's a short story. It involves a lot of swearing in a hotel lobby.
Oh yeah, that was the one of the acid incidents. So,
I don't remember that. All I remember about the hotel lobby. No, that was a bank lobby. Never mind.
We try and get some street vendor food. Any of the street vendors are out while we're walking along to get breakfast.
the city seems to be trying to return to normal. There actually are street vendors out here.
Hey.
Okay.
Going to get some food.
They have a variety of slightly dried meats, some freshly cooked, like. I guess the only way I would describe it is like a cross between eggs and grits,
Ooh.
and it has it's made from eggs, but it has like grit consistency. So it's like a weird pudding, but it actually tastes pretty good.
Need to find burritos. Wait, what the fuck are burritos?
Burritos.
What is a
You wanna
burrito?
fuck a burrito?
What?
We
That's
said we
what
need to
I just- that's what
I
find,
heard. You're just
find.
putting out.
Okay, get some food
Fine.
and go start to the shanty town.
So you get some breakfast. You make your way to the town of Shanty. You're
The
greeted.
town's name is Shanty?
Yeah, it is now. No, the shanty town is still. It's being deconstructed, but a lot of the people who were stored here, for lack of a better term, have nowhere else to go. So they're kind of rebuilding parts of it as they need it. Zulthar's forces are still. There's still a presence there, but they are mostly kind of like fixtures. They're not doing anything. They're not moving. They're just kind of there.
Cool.
One
Not
of
cool. I'm supposed to be leaving.
anyway, so the one of the Greer, you notice that one of the minstrels kind of runs up and he says, "The guy who's looking for you is over there," and he runs back to wherever he was doing, dismantling one of the other sheds to build another shed, which seems counterintuitive, except when one shed is broken in half and the other one is freshly built. You do what you can. Ooh, I can get my dice out.
Is I look over in the direction that he said, that guy over there.
You see a number of individuals in a group, but one that seems to stand out is this tabaxi man who is sitting on a broken piece of timber. He is... you can't tell how tall he is, but he is orange and white in color. He looks like he's got a Persian cat face, and the coloration makes it look like he has a very large Burnside mustache, but that's just the coloration. He has very emerald green eyes, and he's dressed in these. They're traveling robes, but they've got like a little bit of flair to them, so like they are both nice looking but durable. And he's sitting
Bright
there.
green eyes, wearing robes. It's Harry Potter, but he fucked up with polyjuice potion.
Travel clothes, not robes.
Travel
Damn.
clothes.
He sounds very pretty.
He's sitting there, and there is another tabaxi off to his right, who's kind of... You can't really see much of them other than because they're digging through the rubble, and all you can see is like a tail. And he's kind of sitting there taking in the crowds around him, and his eyes kind of rest on your very discreet group.
Ha ha.
Yes,
Love
we
it.
are subtle.
Hmm.
And he just kind of like nods, like, ah, there they are. So go ahead.
Before,
What is subtle?
hold on. Before we get to the tabaxi, Mia's going to kind of stop everyone. One moment. Before we speak to them, because they seem like they are travelers, possibly.
Do I recognize anything about them?
For you, this is probably one of the first times you've encountered a tabaxi. You've heard of them, but this is like the first time you've seen one.
You guys can see Greer's eyes go wide. That's a big cat.
Yes. May I speak to you all for a moment?
Huh, what? What's that?
Where are you planning to go after this?
Probably west.
Well, do I know if the minstrels have groups in the other city?
The minstrels have the largest presence in Loburn and Weepingburg. There are a few other individuals who work in the other cities, but those fall underneath the other purview, such as... Let me just bring up my notes.
I don't even have any of those, but I know what I need to say.
So, like,
Oh.
Sepagrav is more in the north and northwest. The minstrels do work a bit more in this town. The band controls most of the areas of the lands west of here, outside of the cities. Merchants are, of course, everywhere. The Ancient Oath also operates more strongly out of Loburn and the far west. The Children of the Sky are everywhere. They're very decentralized, and they're very, very much a pain in everyone's ass in regards to their politics. The bakers themselves, they are spread throughout the military infrastructure of Gant Evos, and so they are more likely to be in areas that are not Loburn. They're more of kind of the more centralized cities, but still west of Loburn. So the minstrels have a presence, but it's not a very big one.
And the scholars should be just about in every city.
Yeah.
I figure if you guys are gonna take out the other ones, I can get you introduction to people there.
Okay, good.
I'd love to see my country free. But you guys are fun. You really let me punch things.
Thanks. I don't think anybody's ever called me that before.
Well, not you specifically, but those little blasts of fire you do, they're okay.
Well,
Gives you a little thumbs up. Yes.
I'll take it.
the reason I was asking is this place, it has been hit hard and it needs help.
Yes.
And
And the other
I
minstrels will be working on that.
I would like to help them with that and stay here. I just want to
You
know
wish to
which
stay here?
Yes. I just wanted to know which direction you were going in case I could catch back up.
Oh, okay.
But you are all very strong, very capable, and the people here right now they are not. They need a healer, and that is me.
Well, if,
I mean, we
if
go
you
in
wish to
west.
stay
You know?
here,
One
if
at
you
a
wish to
time,
stay here,
please.
I
you should go
don't think
speak
we
with
had
Book and
decided
Noel.
which direction we were headed.
You guys, the last time I knew, the plan was to go to the Spire, which is in the far west of the land.
But now we know we need the other crown.
The other crowns, but the Spire is one of the. Let me pull you guys over to the world map.
I
So you
can't see.
It's been a long time since we've seen the world.
Let me just bring
I
you
think
guys.
so.
Let me just bring you guys over to the world map. Those of you who can see. All right. So you currently are in Loburn, which is smack dab south of the capital city of Astrasan. Now, there are three. Did I accidentally? Oh man, I accidentally put that wrong. God damn it. So there are three cities just to your west, and they are Dimgrave, Mizzlehorn, and Gilland. Those are the ones directly west of you, and to the northeast of you is the Spire. So
Well,
if
I think we should go after the others.
in regards to the density of how many crowns you might be able to acquire, that's the densest population of crowns would be directly west. Yes, that area.
Yeah.
Wow,
These
just a
three I'm
couple of
missing.
steps.
What?
I said, wow, just a couple of steps.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably going to
that's
take us
just
about
like
the next
15
8 months.
Oh.
You just run right over there. Be back in 5 minutes.
But is that? Will you be all right without me?
We'll miss you.
Oh,
And I will miss you.
Who's gonna patch me up when I fuck up, or Brock fucks up, or any of us fuck up?
Trade
You've been-
raises his hand.
Exactly. You
that
have
might
been
have to
people.
be Craig.
Oh, you can heal. I forgot about that.
I don't do it very
No,
often.
I-
It's not my main thing, but I can do it.
And so can
How
Frederick.
many just you chewing on, buddy?
And so can Lundgren.
Oh,
That's right.
oh, wait. Lundgren,
That's right.
those two books. Give them to Mia so when she sees Book and Noel, she can give them back.
With
Okay.
books.
Books I borrowed from Book and Noel under penalty of bad things happening to me if I ever lost them or mistreated them. So
would
yeah,
be
I'll keep you
like
the
tons.
books.
I would be happy to.
Okay.
So I also have things to give to you, as I think you'll need them more. And Mia is going to hand over 5 of her her diamonds, the diamonds that cost 300 GP. She's going to hand those over to Lundgren.
Oh, all right. Thanks.
I do not
Those
know
on
if you can cast this, but if you can, I'd rather you have them.
I can.
So there you go. You have 5 diamonds worth 300 GP each. And she's also going to hand over, I believe it was the shield of the arcane.
Yes, there was a shield that I think it was half magic damage.
She's going to hand that over. Not sure who's going to use it, but
Let's see. Red uses shields, but I don't know. The metal shield or no?
It is a metal shield.
it is a metal shield, so he can't.
Right.
Also, my shield is really, really good,
Yeah, really, really cool.
and I made it myself.
And then, last thing she is going to do is she's going to go specifically up to Tread. And
Hello.
from her bag, she is going to take out a pan flute. It's a nice, wooden pan flute. It looks like it might be a little too big for you, but playable. And she hands that to you. This is
What?
this is something I believe you can play, and
I will
something
try.
to remember me by.
Thank you.
And she gives you a little pat on the head.
I have something too. And he goes into his bag and gets a smaller bag, and he puts some of his 7 spices in there and hands it to Mia Moira.
Are you sure?
Yes, use it wisely.
I will, I promise. Thank you. And she very quickly puts that in her bag. She doesn't want to lose it. And with that, she
Probably
kind of...
enough for like 5 meals, I'd say.
Ooh, very nice.
Greer's gonna go over to Miyamura, tug on her thing, and go, if you want to try some good food, just to the south of here is where my family's. Let them know I sent you, or don't. Some of them don't like me, but speak to my mother, and I'll give you Tiana Underhill. She'll feed you very good.
It takes a lot to feed me.
We're good at feeding a lot of people.
That is good. And she gets down as low as she can and gives you a hug. It's a big hug. Yeah,
Just the
maybe
only
a little
kind she
bit.
can give.
Yeah, it is. And she just stands, kind of gives a little sigh. I hope you all are successful in whatever you do, in everything you do.
You too.
And then
You too,
she's
Miyamura.
going,
It's been a pleasure traveling with you.
even if it was only for a short while.
If you need to
And-
contact us or catch up to us quickly, I could probably help with that. Just let us know.
Do we have a spirit earring she can have?
I don't think it'll work that far distance.
No, it won't work that far. It's like
Cool.
2,000
Cool.
feet, but it's a lot farther than 2,000 feet between Loburn and any place else around here.
Okay, I guess.
Kind of figured.
Okay.
But I think the
And-
Moira might have sending if that ends up.
She
coming
does.
up.
She does.
Okay.
Though with that, she's going to kind of step back and give a bow, more of like a curtsy, but a bow. And then she heads off to help rebuild.
Aw.
Can Tread try to play the pan flute?
I wonder how something without lips could do that. Make me a performance
You
check.
don't.
Technically, they do have lips.
You also don't need lips to play a pan flute.
Just need to be able to blow air.
Yeah.
Can I roll performance?
Yes. Or make me a performance check.
You know, considering it's a -2, that's not bad.
No, it's not.
You get like
That's
a
it.
note.
I
Yeah.
have mastered it.
Yeah, you get like half a note to come out of it.
God, imagine if Greer tried to hold that thing. It'd be as big as his chest.
Probably.
Oh. Yeah, definitely.
I don't think he could play that. One breath of his lungs would be enough for maybe one note.
It's more like a bunch of didgeridoos.
Yeah, how about we didgeridoo don't?
Didgeridoo does.
He's got something to practice. It won't result in him losing limbs or fingerprints or anything like that.
The Tabaxi has been watching your little display, and he is sat there calmly, but you see right behind him, his tail's doing that twitch thing that cats do when they're kind of irritated.
Oh dear.
Look over him. Can we help you?
You shout this from like 30 feet away. He just kind of nods.
Yes. Oh, start walking over towards him.
Me too.
He watches your group's approach with great interest.
Also, I've taken my helmet off.
I forget that you have that weird bike helmet.
So you no longer talk this.
I'm no longer talking through a tube. I'm no longer talking through a tube.
He raises
So you
Tabaxi
over to
raises his hand in greeting.
I do the same.
I raised my hand.
As you get about like 10 feet away, he gets up from the timber and he takes a few steps forward. He's a lot taller than you thought he would be. 'Cause, you know, your cat's kind of small. He's probably almost as tall as Brock.
Really nice.
And he's a lot thicker in the chest than you thought he would be too.
Busted freedom fighter.
Greetings, sir.
Greetings. I am your boy Leaping Frog of the Hidden Bogs clan. Who might you be?
Okay,
Yo,
out of
I'm
character, I heard you say that his name was Boiling Frog.
No. His name is your boy Leaping Frog.
Ya boy? Leaping Frog?
Yes. Let me spell you his name.
It's your boy.
Yes. Anyway. He kind of waits for
Wanna
your
know where that
responses.
bog is?
Hidden Bogs is the name of the clan. They are far to the west. But it's not. It may not be an actual bog. It may be more metaphorically speaking.
Let's go. Yo, I'm Greer.
I am
Uh,
Brock.
I'm lingering.
Tread Scala.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I have come from the land where the sun sleeps. I have heard many stories and seen many people, and seen many stories and heard many people. I seek to lead the people who have been taken from their rightful place and place them back within their homes. I seek people who are strong in both mind and body in order to achieve this task. I have already found one who goes by the name of Davy. He is over there, and he points very carefully over to a man standing, helping some other people build a shed, essentially. I am joined by my adoptive son, Pulke. He indicates the tail that is still rooting around in another shed. We will be leading a number of people from here, from this already cursed and forsaken place, back to our homes. I was wondering if you would be so kind as to join us.
I'll do it. Sure.
Where's your home?
The home of the hidden bogs lies deep in the west, past Glilland and Dimgrave. Many of the people who we are taking have come from Dimgrave, some from Liza Thorn. But all of them share a common trouble of being put here in this shanty town for the use of their bodies, their spirits, and their minds.
So, what exactly do you need people of strong body and mind for?
Many of these people have been broken by the work that they had to do here. You have broken the hand.
Oh, you want guards? Got it.
Yes. You would seek protection along the way. I have heard that you have broken the eye of the Lich himself and dismembered his hands. Therefore, I would be of great... what's the word he would use? I would have much gratitude toward you if you go and do the same that you have done here within the towns of Glilland, Dimgrave, and Mizathorn.
Okay.
Which I
That
believe
kinda
I
was the
planned
plan.
on doing anyway.
What he means is we'll be glad to help you.
He nods sagely, blinking slowly as cats do. Pulke, my son,
God, I wish I had a laser pointer.
please come. Meet the watchers of our people now. Pulke comes up. He looks and scurries over. He's small. He's clearly young, younger than Tread. He only comes up maybe about 3 to 4 feet, so he's still taller than Greer, but he's small. The tabaxi has a tortoise coloration to it. So for those of you who don't know what a tortoise shell cat looks like, it's black and brown mixed together with some sandy colors in it. And he's wearing a hat over his head that looks like a teddy bear, but instead of where its ears would be, his ears are. And he's wearing like a little leather harness and stuff, and some pouches and things hanging around him. He's got a little cape. Hi,
I like this guy already. Hello.
I'm Pulke.
Okay, I'm Lunger. Nice to meet you.
And he kind of looks up at you, boy. So when are we leaving? We are leaving with the first light of tomorrow. Therefore, the sun will guide our path throughout the day. Your compatriot, the tall one. The taller one. The one with the skin that is blue as the sky. You can tell he's
Yes.
probably a little colorblind.
Okay.
She is staying here.
I must speak with her at least one time before we leave. And he kind of
Okay.
pushes his way past, and he finds Miyamura very easily, and he kind of bats at something on her belt very slowly, as his old cats are wont to do.
She looks to him. Yes.
Greetings, tall one. I am your boy Leaping Frog. I saw you with the heroes as they more want to be called, who are going to be guarding my people as we walk back to Dimgrave. I have a request of you.
Of course.
I have traveled through many lands, and I have seen many sights. I have seen the land from which you've come from, the land of the Silver Mountain. I ask, have you seen one who looks on things with two different eyes, and rides upon the wings of the wind? And he kind of mimics the rock, a rock rider.
Oh, of course. I came here with them. Why?
I am looking for one in particular, and he indicates both of his eyes, as I said previously, one who sees with different eyes of the same head. I seek the one called He Who Walks in the Sun. Perhaps you have heard of him.
Have I heard of?
Make me a history check. Hey.
Is that your good one or not?
About that.
I suck at history in this game, so.
Seven.
Decent history.
Okay. You would have heard of an individual known as He Who Walks in the Sun. There is an elf who he works with the Starborn Legion under Canto Oridius, and he is rumored to be one of the best scouts that the Silver Mountain can put forth. Many people do find his name strange, but the strangest thing, or the most striking thing about him, is that he has two different color eyes, which generally leave an impression on people when they see him. Your boy...
So I probably haven't met him. I just know of him.
Yeah, I would say you probably haven't met him, but it's kind of like you might have walked by in the crowd and might have seen him going about someplace, kind of like a coworker, not necessarily in the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, I walk by the plaza every day and I see Bob over there by the coffee cart, but I've never talked with him, kind of a thing. It's like, known by sight, not personally.
Yeah. I am familiar with him, but I've never spoken to him.
If the fate should have that he make his path to Loburn, please inform him that your boy is looking for him and wishes to see him once again.
I will. I promise.
Thank you. I am much appreciated. And he slowly lopes away as if the conversation is ended.
I mean, it has. She kind of gives a little bow and goes back to helping.
He makes his way back to the group, and he kind of waves Davy over after getting his attention.
Well, Davy heads on over.
Davy, these men and creatures, as he kind of looks very pointedly at Greer, not at Treadscala.
He calls me a creature, I growl.
Now, hold on there, little guy. I think he has more claws than you do.
It has been many long times since I have drawn my claws in anger. These will be assisting us in guarding our way back to our homes, or at least to my home. Hopefully, you'll be able to get along with them. But as of yet, I do not know what the future holds for all of us. Hopefully, it is a lifelong friendship and partnership. If not, it is a very quick grave. And he gives a very cat smile. And since you've hung out with him for like 3 or 4 days, he has this very off the wall yet blunt humor that's kind of fatalistic, which does not sit very well with the storyteller that you know he is.
Well,
A lot of gallows humor.
A little bit. And when he says that he's seen many people and heard many stories, he is not joking about that. He is a professional storyteller in the area, and even before most of this happened, Davy might have seen him before. How old is Davy?
Davy is 21.
Okay. Like, you might have memories 15, maybe 16 years ago of the big cat man who came in and told about the one time that the dragons once ruled over Gantivos and 5 heroes rose up and managed to defeat them and like wrapped all the young kids' attention, and he told it in this slow manner, but it painted an enormous panorama around him with the words and his choice of saying them that kept everyone's attention just on needle points. And it's like hours would go by as he told, maybe even if it was the same story that he told last time, people's attention would be rapt. And it would seem like he just started 5 minutes ago. It's like, no, it's already dinner time, or it's already time to go to sleep.
He needs to meet Kula.
Yes.
Oh God, yes.
Get along so well. Anyway.
Well, I must make preparations for our journey. Therefore, I would suggest that you make friends with our new friends, Davy. And Polke, I have need of your assistance because you must be cleaned. As you see Polke just look at him, and there's like so much dirt on him, like on all of his armor. It looks like he possibly fell in mud like 2 days ago and never cleaned off.
I could help with that.
Oh God.
You know that, right?
I do not know this. You have a
okay.
You have a way of catching a young child, and you see Polke bristle at that young child comment, and and when he does, some of the dirt kind of falls off and like glitters onto the ground. When he does that, you have a way of which a young child will take his baths.
Oh, I thought you had meant just to clean his armor.
He is in his armor, and the rest of it must be cleaned as well. The road is much long and dusty, my son. And he looks and he looks as pointedly as a Persian cat can, but still somewhat lazily as he looks at the at Polke. Polke kind of just like grumbles and like dusts half-heartedly dusts off some of his outfit.
Is there any particular reason you can't use prestidigitation on a person?
No.
That was
I thought
weirdly
prestidigitation.
hard to say.
I thought it could only be used on objects.
No, it's been used to clean up people and dirty people.
Oh, okay. I do that right now. Clean him up with his armor as well. Bam, bam.
I'm clean. Yes,
Better?
yes, you are. And he puts your boy puts his big fuzzy paw on top of Polke's head and just kind of gives it a little pat. Now, if you will just stay that way, for the road is dirty ahead, and I do not want you to have to be cleaned so soon after being cleaned by a stranger. And he kind of boops him on the nose.
Snoot boot.
No. We must go. I have other preparations to make, which I can now do much sooner than if I had to clean Polke. And they certainly smell a lot better, and he gives him a wink. The two tabaxi leave and kind of merge with the crowd, despite the fact that your boy is still a little bit taller than a lot of the other people around here. So you still see like his ear tufts and the back of his head as he's walking through the crowds. Leaving you with Davy in a large pile of dirt on the ground where Polke was standing.
It's about as tall, it's knee high to a small cat, I take it.
It would probably be about up to Greer's ankles.
Knee-high to Greer?
Close actually.
Wow, okay.
So I will say, standing in front of you is indeed Davy, who looks very young, just a human. But he stands over 6 feet tall, and it seems every bit of his weight is muscle. He's built very, very big. But he has short, dirty blonde hair. He has a scar on his arm, and then across his back as well. But right now he is really just in simple, kind of like farmers, pants and no shirt, dirt all over him, much like Poke. But he's in front of you just with a grin and holds a hand out. Oh, hey, new friends. I'm Davy Thomas. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Nice
too,
to meet
David.
you, Davy.
Hello.
And when you shake his hand, it almost hurts.
Oh.
It
Okay.
seems he doesn't quite know his own strength.
All right then.
Well, when he squeezes my hand, I'm just gonna squeeze harder.
I'll try and squeeze his hand as well, but my hand's kind of small.
And with Brock, he recognizes that strength and does the same, with a grin on his face.
When lifters meet.
Okay, now you're pushing me.
What was there roles involved? What? Oh.
Oh, am I supposed to be rolling strength?
Okay, roll
No,
me
you
some
know what-
strength
Damn,
checks.
that is a weak ass roll. Son of a bitch.
I'll roll as well for the hell of it.
Having grown up, having these
You can do that. Oh, nat 20. Okay.
Brock, you just hear this kind of. You think something might have popped in your hand, just a little bit, and you're like, oh god, I can't let this new guy know that he's just like hurt my hand. I need a constitution roll saving throw. See if you can keep your composure. You can just barely keep it in. It's just kind of like, nice to meet you.
This boy is just still grinning, none the wiser.
There's like a little vein popping out of Brock's neck as he's just trying to deal with it and squeeze harder. But it's like his hands just locked up and he can't go any farther.
Eventually, Davey does let go.
Is this some kind of human competition?
Not normally, but I think they've
no,
turned
not
it.
at all.
Oh, we were just shaking hands. And he offers his hand to Tread next.
And he will do it.
Again.
He doesn't know what to do
Strike,
completely though,
strike,
so he just
strike,
puts his
strike,
hand out.
strike.
Hey,
Oh, no,
rolled
Davey-
my strength
No,
roll.
Davey only did that with Brock because he started it and was like,
Oh.
okay, I'll show my
Oh,
strength
okay.
too. Yeah. Like friendly competition. No.
I would just please go and let you know, don't fuck with. You're big, but I can still fight.
What is it, like Greer's hands like a finger and a half or something at Davies or something?
Like two
About
fingers.
that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Grab 2 fingers.
For me and Moira, it was one. For Davey, it's like 2.
He got them big paws.
How tall is he?
He is 6'3".
Okay. Just about the same as Tread.
Yeah.
All the tall
Yeah.
boys in this party. What the hell?
Yeah.
That me, Greer.
I am
Greer-
Lizard Boy.
So after
I'm actually tall for a halfling.
You
I
are, actually.
I don't doubt it at all.
After shaking everyone's hand, he eventually just kind of straightens up, like hands on his hips. Well,
How do
I
you fight?
guess. Oh, he just kind of holds up a fist. He just holds up a fist. He doesn't have any weapons on him.
Hmm.
I'm pretty good at punching.
Yes.
I think you and Greer
You
will
see-
get along just fine.
You see Greer quickly put his hands in his little pockets, and all of a sudden they come out with his little mithril knuckles, and he just clings them together. Punching is fun.
Davey gives a little whistle, a whistle that I can't do because I can't fucking whistle. Just goes,
Okay.
damn, those are fancy. Where'd you get those?
This guy made them for me, but I haven't got to test them out yet. Don't worry, I won't. If you see this little short kid that talks like he's an adult, point him out to me, and I'll show you what they do.
I mean, that just looks like you.
No,
It's a long
he's taller.
story.
He's
Long
actually a demon.
story.
A what?
A demon that is in hell.
He controls those big guys over there, and he points over to the to Zolthar's demon.
Well, I ain't met no demon.
I think he's a devil.
I ain't
Settle
met
this.
one of those either.
Those giant things by the door into the forge.
Well, yeah, I see them, but I ain't met them.
Yeah,
Touche.
I owe him a few punches.
Probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
you go starting fights with Zolthar's men. You're on your own, pal.
No, just Zolthar.
Tread points to Brock. You know it's bad when he's telling you not to fight.
Yeah, right.
He once fought a man in a bathroom.
Is that what that story? Frederick just kind of turns. Is that what was going on? I had my doubts.
Actually, I just robbed him, but
Frederick just kind of, even with his sightless eyes, you just get the blank stare. Like, robbed him of what?
I don't think we want to know.
I don't get it.
Talk about that later, buddy.
wait, you haven't explained to Tread Scala about the birds and the bees.
He's a druid.
It's not what
If,
knows
if I had a
that.
nickel for every time someone... yes, I know all about birds and bees. I could tell you very much about them.
He'd be the one
But
explaining it to
if I
us.
had a copper every time that Frederick said, I'll explain it later, I would have a lot of copper.
I think
We
it's
would all
actually
be
27.
filthy rich.
27 copper.
Tread starts counting on his fingers and then runs out of fingers. Okay.
You need help there. Davey
I-
holds up one finger.
I believe him. It's okay. Thank you, though.
Well, I have some trouble counting too sometimes, so it's okay. I understand.
I'm not alone.
You haven't been alone for a few days, Grimly says.
How did you turn Grimly into an Irishman?
I gotta poke some fun at Grog when he's not here, but ow.
Well, I hope you all get ready for tomorrow, and I'll see you then. But I got help over here. They can't carry much.
Okay.
So that Davey gives you like a little two-finger
Do they
salute.
need more help carrying things?
Maybe.
I can help.
I'll go over now.
We might as well. I mean, I don't really have anything else to do here.
Don't y'all gotta get ready? I mean,
I
Uh,
have
I don't
everything
know.
I need to
We're
travel.
always ready.
we're quite experienced at traveling and such, so we can get ready fairly quickly.
Well then, I'm pretty sure they need help. Everyone
Okay.
needs help around here. Oh, come on.
I'm just gonna sit down and sharpen my axe.
In the middle of everything.
Come on, you're a big old boy like me. You can help out. As he, like, kind of gives Brock a little slap on the back. Come on, let's see what they need.
Okay, give me a few.
Give you
He's
what?
trying to recover his hand.
A few minutes.
Oh, okay. I got you. So he does kind of motion for everyone else to follow. Let's see what they need doing. And Davey's gonna go ask people if they need help.
Okay.
So you guys spend like the rest of the day helping carry heavy loads and dealing with other problems and things like that.
Probably meet me and Moira a few times doing that.
And I will find a runner and have him go see if they got a runner. Send him over to Keg, and have him, give him like 10 gold. And have him take it to Keg to secure some travel rations.
Okay, that's easily done enough.
Yeah,
You
10
get
gold's worth it, just enough for everybody.
Okay, cool.
yeah. So you get a message back saying that the supplies will be ready. You can pick them up at the keg. The rest of the day goes with drudging manual labor, as it is like a barn raising on steroids, but with
Greer starts punching in nails with his fists.
Lundgren's right at home then.
everyone spontaneously grows a beard but no mustache. No,
And a big black cat sits upon your head.
Yeah.
You managed to construct a number of temporary shelters for a lot of people who are still going to be staying in this area. You pick up your supplies, and you rest for the last night in Chiselers. And
I play the pan flute.
hey, roll me a performance check.
Bottomless nachos.
Holy crap, I did it.
Billy says,
He did it!
Yay! You somehow
Hot cross buns, damn it.
you somehow manage to play Song of Storms on this pan flute.
Does it actually storm?
No, but you think there's a rumble of thunder, but it's actually just the establishment owner
It's
actually.
just Brock farting.
No, Derek accidentally like drops something and it makes and it kind of echoes through the stone.
I make myself laugh way too much.
Welcome
That
to
was
being a
good,
DM.
though.
Yeah, but by the way, Craig, when are you DMing?
That's funny.
Anyway,
Are there plans for that or no? What's up?
no, I'm
Oh.
just giving him crap for now.
Oh,
Well, he sounded so disappointed. Oh, okay.
I'm sure Craig will do it at some point. Isn't that right, Craig?
That's funny.
All right, so we say August. What would be a good date in August? August works. Anyway, don't. I'm not gonna hold you to that. I'm just busting your balls. Okay. Morning comes. I actually have to pull myself back to the Loburn
city map.
because I think there's only 2 ways into Loburn, on the surface
3,
at
I
least.
thought.
I know it was a really odd one because it only had barely anything, Yeah, there's only 2 gates. No, yeah, there is 3 gates, but there's no direct way west out of the city. So you guys all
Only
meet
to the
up.
southwest.
You guys meet up in the southwest, and you meet up with 20 to 25 other individuals with your boy and Pulke.
Hey, look, it's your boy.
I love that. I'm probably gonna be saying that, or thinking that for like
can't
days.
stand it.
on end.
He talks
Uh,
about himself in the third person.
No, he does not talk about himself in the third person. If he would, he refer to himself as Leaping Frog.
Oh yeah, right.
No, he referred to himself as "It's your boy."
Yes.
I hate that you gave him that name. I know it was on purpose.
I did give him that on purpose, but it's a perfect name. It is really a perfect name. I think it fits him very much. Let us be off. The sun will guide our paths. And you guys begin marching towards Dimgrave. Such a cheery place. Over the next... I'm going to pull you guys back to the... Oh, I can pull them around so they're closer. Yay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Now that's just some clerical things. So it was a couple of weeks from Weepingburg to Loburn. And it's just about the same distance between Loburn and Dimgrave. So, a few weeks pass. People get on and off with the thing. Some of them dealing with whatever they actually have to deal with in regards to like some of their homes, some of the farmsteads, and smaller fortresses between Loburn and Dimgrave were their homes. So they're going there. A lot of the places that you pass are burned or completely destroyed to an extent. Some of them are like orchards and a few other things that would survive if they were properly tended to. And so your group of 25 kind of dwindles down to about 15. But there's still some people who are going to go into Dimgrave with you. So as you hear the howling of wolves in the distance some nights, some people come in and out. Davy has some things to take care of as one of the farmsteads in the area. Someone asked Davy to come kind of with them in order to check it out, and he complies. And about 3 to 4 days after that,
As well.
a few days after that, you all make it back into the group, and you are probably about a day's journey outside of Dimgrave at this point. During the process, you're down to 3 individuals, not including your boy and Pulke. And your boy says, "It would not be right for us to walk so boldly into Dimgrave, but I will stay out here entertaining our guests while you scope out the rest of... while you lay your eyes upon the city of Dimgrave and see just what awaits us, and more accurately, awaits you." Now, pull you.
Well, okay then.
Okay.
Wait, do we gotta be like sneaky? I ain't good at that.
Well, they may not know you, but they may know me, and they may know the people who once lived here. As it
We
takes her.
could go in.
Hmm?
Just 2 of us. No,
Like sneak in.
no, just disguise who we are by only going in 2 at a time.
That sounds like a good idea to me, but without a knowledge of the city, we won't know where to meet up.
I mean,
I
I,
can sneak in easily.
I kind of know how I can get in, but
I can
Yeah.
help him too.
you got a problem with not to freak out.
Freak
But
out
I-
about what?
Freak out.
What?
Well, that's why I'm saying like you got a problem with not to freak out. Because I
Not
could
much
maybe get in. Maybe he just kind of trails off at that. You can tell thinking of plans is not his strong suit, and his brain might be frying a little bit.
Your boy just kind of pats him a little bit on the shoulder.
Does anyone else smell bacon?
Like bacon or
I don't think so.
I thought that was the smell of a
Pretty sure
hamster burn.
That's just your overactive nose, Tread.
Oh, you're right.
Bacon.
This piece of jerky fell out of my bag. My apologies. Anyway,
So
What were you
don't
saying
want us
again?
to freak out over?
well, I gotta know if that's how we can get in another way. Yeah, if we can get in another
No.
way.
I think if we just go in pairs and meet in the main square, we'll be fine.
That's how you're like adopting Davy's accent for some reason.
I
I
know.
just heard that too.
I think it's like
I don't think I am.
he's the Southern boys.
well, hell.
He's the Southern boys gonna have
How's it
themselves a little bit
going?
of a rumble.
I have moved to the
My
south.
name is Trent.
Everyone sounds like
The entire party can become nothing but hillbillies.
this.
Oh my god.
This is my voice a month after knowing Davy. Everyone sounds like Ford.
God damn it.
This is Garrett
Eldritch
Wilson,
Blast.
baby. I'm
Okay,
gonna punch him.
Anyway,
Okay, I mean, has anybody here been in the city before?
Have I?
Yes.
Because I have been over about it.
Greer probably would have made it in here a couple of times.
Okay.
I know a couple of places. Damn, did not mean to say it like that.
Oh yeah.
I know
Now,
a few spots in
God
there.
damn.
the way this map is set up, it looks like there's a lot of open areas, but there is a series of lower walls that go around all of the farmsteads and all of the outer buildings. So while it looks like it isn't, a large part of it is unwalled, it's just they are not as significant as the main city walls. This is the land of citadels for a reason. So if the walls are 50 to 60 feet high, the walls around the rest of it might be 10 to 20. They are very much paranoid within Gantivos of assault.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, not like people.
I can turn myself and one other person into a small animal to sneak us in.
that's interesting. Okay then.
I'm just getting you guys a party marker. And why not a wagon?
Oh, I'm wondering what the hell that was for.
So you guys are coming in from one of the southeastern roads that leads into an area of the city, which I actually forgot what the name of that area of the city was. It is the Wells. Between Wells and the Silk Gate. Over here, coming from the southeast. I feel like that doesn't represent you guys well enough. That's not what I wanted. But we'll work with it. Okay. I feel this represents you guys a little bit better.
Oh my god.
Lizard carrying a
Yep.
That,
Lizard carrying a cross.
that's not what the, okay.
It is in fact a cross. Okay. So, what are you guys doing? You guys are coming up to one of the farther outposts. So like right about here, the main wall starts. So there's a number of blockhouses that are just outside.
Can we take a 5-minute break quick?
Yes, or you can take a 5-minute break.
All right, I will take a 5-minute break.
That, okay.
Brock just goes and takes another shit.
A number 1, not a number 2.
You need 5 minutes for it? Damn.
Right?
I mean, you gotta take off the full bodysuit in order to do it comfortably.
That's
I still-
skinny.
I'll be right back while he's out, I guess.
Is that
I
your
might as well clean up after dinner.
is the it's your boy unicycle frog, is that your offering of what it should be, your party representative, Craig?
No, that was for your boy. He's not a leaping frog. He's a unicycling frog. It's your boy. Although that could be the party. I mean, it's just as ridiculous.
Everyone's
Yeah, well.
ridiculous. Everyone. Do 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 do. I feel cross-wheeling Raptor is just as ridiculous, but it's on more on point because you had summoned one before as their leader.
True.
So yeah, by the way, this is using Medieval City Fantasy Generator. It's really great. It's not as specific as I would like. Like, you can't really modify a lot of the names as much as from the base. But other than that, you can add in waypoints and all sorts of other things, and like modify the walls and bends of things pretty well. It's a simplistic interface. They have a Patreon to help develop it a bit more. So if you ever find yourselves in need of creating quick maps, because I made this map today. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks professional. It looks great if you are a DM who really needs to get it done in like a couple of hours. This will do it in minutes. Anyway, talk amongst yourselves. I also have to take a little break.
It'll just
Yeah,
take a
big
couple
old
minutes. That
dookie.
way you have more time to procrastinate on the rest of your campaign.
All right, so Tread takes a level in Bard.
Yeah. Ha.
Thing is, like, I know you're joking, but also with his charisma, he can't take a level in bar.
Yeah, yeah.
Like 10 minimum or whatever. You
It has
need
to
to have?
be 13.
It has to be 13.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
little short with a 7.
just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a smidge, and he would have made it.
So close.
Oh my god.
If only they had an
Very
item
good.
like the headband of intellect, but for charisma, that would be hilarious.
I think they do.
They do.
Wonder if we can find a spot where we can buy it. Ha.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
know there are books that increase charisma, but I didn't think there was an item.
Find a wish spell. I wish to be a bard.
I wish to
a
be
bard.
smarter and more charismatic.
You go up by 1 point each.
Aw.
That's it. Damn.
I mean,
Shit.
that would still be significant for Tread.
Actually,
Yeah.
if I was GM, I go, you know what? Fuck it. You go up to 20 in each. Have fun with that. Your brain
That would be.
is now.
Could you imagine a lizard folk with 20 intelligence?
I almost played one. I had a lizard folk with 19, or sorry,
Oh,
a
Lord.
vac. Vac.
Was his name Wizard Folk?
No, he was Wrench.
Shame on you.
His name was Wrench. He was the mechanic in the Starfinder campaign, and his favorite
Oh.
magazine, Thruster Rusters. Yeah,
That sounds kinky.
it
I
is.
hate everything about this conversation.
Would
No,
you rather Tread talks about being a big scorpion again?
No.
yeah, it was
No.
fun. It was fun playing him.
Do you hear that?
No.
It is the winds of ill fortune upon the grave of Dreadscala.
Oh.
That's actually a really good voice. You have the I'm trying to think of the cadence. Perfect.
Yes. So
That, my friend, is a Native American accent.
Yeah, I know. I've
Which is
actually
it's a
been
good
down to
one.
the Navajo reservation, and he's actually doing really good.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's a good Native American accent.
Oh yeah.
So I've actually read.
And you
No,
ruined,
no.
and you ruined it.
That was the
Just
Native
like
American
that.
accent, though.
No.
I'm going to annoy the
Yeah,
crap out of
right, so-
everyone who thinks they're going to be German accent. The over the top as much as I can, somewhere between Sweden and holy crap, you should stop.
I had to do a German accent on Friday. I'm not great at it.
Oh,
I'm just not. It always
Guys,
goes.
there is an item that increases your charisma. I'm sorry, I just got really excited.
oh, okay.
Okay.
But it's like ridiculous.
What?
Yeah,
Okay,
we
let's
have
be
money.
honest. We are playing D&D. What about this isn't ridiculous?
Yeah, you
I
got me
mean-
there.
How ridiculous would it be for Tread to have the sword of a fallen angel?
That's actually really, really probable. I have running another campaign in this world that didn't end, and they are more than likely going to encounter a trapped angel at some point.
Hmm.
I
The
mean,
sword of
think about this.
Zariel gives you a charisma of 20. Could you imagine?
But would he be able to use it since it's made out of metal?
I mean, he can use metal weapons, but he is not proficient with long swords.
You
Well, what
wouldn't
if
have
you
and
to
the
have
sword-
on your
hold it, right?
It also says attunement requires that the creator of the sword deems them worthy. So,
Oh. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, that
I get-
whole eating of your enemies, that might say no.
I wonder how that works.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can we just acknowledge that there is a sunglass-wearing lizard person right here on the map? If you look at it hard enough.
Right here, right there.
Oh my god, I see it now.
Are you back, Brock?
I don't think he is.
My
It's your
God.
boy.
I think he's having a hard time with that latex bodysuit.
It's a problem when you wear two of them at once.
Okay, so the plan is to get Tread the Sword of Zariel and a headband of intellect. That's the plan.
Well, I mean, the whole thing about this being fantasy, Greer is less than 3 feet tall, but he has a strength of fucking 16, so he's a fucking strong little boy.
Yeah.
That's
Dick.
adorable.
Greer has muscles.
Muscle.
He's
Muscular.
he's muscle back.
He has muscles. Ooh,
Punch it.
woo.
Oh
Yes, he has muscles on muscles.
no, I got a leak in my truck. The weather's stealing on my door. I can
He has
lock.
so many muscles.
Oh God.
There you go.
Drink. I'm gonna start being really nice to you for doing that.
It made a comeback.
Yep.
It sounded like a threat there.
I will send you
Right.
nothing but cutesy pictures.
Hopefully,
I like cutesy pictures.
hopefully next time I'll be able
Cutesy
to figure out.
pictures
All right, boys, I'm back.
Of,
Finally.
Hey.
Back.
I'll send you cutesy pictures of Brock. There you go.
What?
How are you
Send
gonna
like
do
cutesy
that?
Pictures.
Get
I
what
have no fucking
pictures?
Cutesy
How are you gonna get pictures of a
Brock.
fake character?
Oh,
It's
you
called-
get them
Be a
commissioned
fucking
by an
artist
artist.
to draw 'em.
I
Yes.
say that my icon for Davy is a commission.
Ooh, I gotta look.
Anyway,
Okay,
Is that-
if you get anything commissioned for Brock, you have to remember one, he's 6'5", tan skin, dark brown or black hair, blue eyes, and the dragon mark.
Pink hair.
The dragon mark starts on his left cheek and goes down his neck, and his cheek is kind of pulling back from the dragon mark.
The dragon
away
mark
from his
is going
mouth.
to be a Ahigao dragon.
it's gonna be a tramp stamp.
Yes. There. You're gonna have a tramp stamp. You're gonna have pink hair that shaves
Anyway.
on one side.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now we return to the land of the Forsaken. The land of Gandivos, the land of citadels. Anyway, so our cross-bearing lizard is our party representative. He is right here. As you approach one of the outer blockhouses, there's a feeling
Wait,
that
You guys didn't even move without me?
No.
no, we didn't, because I also had to pee. And yet I was still
Well,
back
should've
before
eaten out of
you.
the latex body should get out of.
I peed and got a bowl of soup.
What kind of soup? I must know.
Broccoli cheese.
Actually, sounds really good. Okay, so there is a number of individuals standing on top of the blockhouse. You see the normal regulars of the Gant-Evos military in their dark tabards. In addition to... Okay. I'm getting texts from work, which is weird for me. Anyway. There's also a number of individuals in the city's livery, because each city has its own set of coloration, in addition to having regular troops stationed within them. Greer, you know this for a while now, because it's kind of like having a double layer of protection just in case one gets out of line. But very few people get out of line within the Lich's purview, which is why the eyes and the hands are so... I wouldn't say the word is renowned, but they are infamous for maintaining order of a sort.
Yeah. If we want to go in separately, there's a tavern along this road, a little bit past the gate. We can all meet at. It's... What do you want to call the tavern?
The tavern is right about there. It is... Let me pull it out my ass. Okay. So the name of the tavern within Grim... I almost said Grim Dawn. Dimgrave. Dimgrave's major tavern is the Bushel.
The bushel's up here after the gate. We can get in, and we can meet up there.
All right, sounds good.
We
I'll
just
go with
gonna
Tread.
walk in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
two at a time.
I'll go with Tread. Lundgren, why don't you go with Davy?
Okay.
And I guess Brock can just go by himself. Oh wait, Brock can go with Frederick. I forgot about him.
Don't forget about me, Grimla says.
I always forget about you.
That's not what you said
You
last night.
bastard. I punch him.
I can pull both of
No.
you apart, tiny motherfuckers. Now come on.
Acrobatics to get out to dodge it.
Oh, he's not trying to grab you. He's just saying he could.
Damn. I get to reroll that.
You want to waste
Damn it, I
halfling
didn't
luck
hit
on
it.
that?
Halfling luck is all the fucking time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Unless you roll 2 ones back to back.
While we carefully debate about how lucky
don't
you
hit
are or not, what else would you rather do?
Oh, I'm just gonna. I go to punch him, I miss, and then I hop on Tread's shoulders. That way.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Anyway,
Is this a normal thing for small soft skins to do?
Maybe. I'm not a halfling, so I'm not sure. I think he just does it because he can.
Tread, remember how you guys found us? The fucker tripped over me.
I
Not that
mean,
much
I
taller
could eat
than
all
me.
of you, but I choose not to.
Let's go get some beer.
wow.
I just try and turn Tread's head towards the road and go that way.
Tread talks
Where?
and then a philosophical discussion about
I
eating
can't
us
see
or
your
not.
tiny arms.
You what?
He looks up and he almost falls off his shoulders. Where? I can't see your tiny arms.
I pointed your head in the right direction
Okay.
and then said that way.
You know, if you wanted a ride, I could have turned into a horse.
This is funner.
But would he be a little
But
horse?
Not for me.
Tread's having a philosophical discussion about being happy doesn't eat us, and then Greer says, "Let's get some beer."
So who am I going with?
That'd be me.
Oh, the other little guy. Gotcha.
No, I'm the other little guy.
that's
The other little guy.
like the short, medium guy, but I'll take it. Okay.
Brock,
medium.
Lundgren, and Davey should go together.
Would you rather me call you the skinny one? Because I don't remember your name. I'm bad with names.
Okay, that's
For historical note, Lundgren Bask is 5'9".
yeah. So I'm not that short, but I happen to be in a party where 80% of the people are taller than me.
Or
It's
small
almost
people.
like real life.
The skinny one. Right, let's go. I'm just gonna... I don't know where I'm going, actually, to be honest.
You
I am-
skinny boy with the pot on your head.
No, he doesn't have the pot anymore.
But it's
Did we
fun to
watch
talk about the
Greer
pot.
and win or no?
The helmet is its own thing. So, well, the helmet is its own thing.
We're still talking about the pot.
Yes, but the pot is still there. Or you still have the pot, but you no longer wear it on your head.
Which way am I going?
So if you look at this little square
After the large
right here,
brown lizard man.
little blue thing.
Right
Oh yeah, and I
here.
thought I was going in a different entrance with Lundgren.
No, we're just separating and meeting back up in the city.
Yeah, you're just a clump of people on a road. People have barely traveled, and then inside of the blockhouse, splitting up and walking into the city.
Oh, okay.
Probably should have split up sooner.
That's what I thought we were doing.
So you make your way to the bushel, Its little symbol being. Let me just make sure. No, wait, no, that is actually on the right. No, it's not on the right layer. We're gonna put that on the map layer so I don't accidentally move it. You make your way into the bushel. The sign is of a bushel of barley. It is.
Shocking.
Yes, it is a shock of barley. I should have made a bar today, but it is large. It's one of the largest taverns on this side of the city. Is what time of day would this be? It's gonna be about 3 p.m. And not a lot of people are in drinking. The tables are mostly empty. It's wide. It's poorly lit, even during the day. Poorly lit for most of the bars you've been in. So it's like you walk in, and it's almost entirely black in there. And there's these little candles or lanterns that are like there just to make sure that people know the place is open, more than anything. And
Seeing where you're going is underrated.
What did you say?
I said because seeing where you're going is underrated. Underrated.
As your eyes start to adjust to the darkness that is inside, you see the tables are rather far apart, and there are actually a number of booths. And far away in the distance is the bar with an individual behind it, just carefully polishing a glass.
This tavern is practicing social distancing.
I'd imagine so.
Oh my god.
Too real.
So, everyone just kind of do they like? Do you say that they're like looking at us?
There's almost no one in here. There is one
Nobody in.
person polishing a glass behind the bar.
Well, there's not even patrons. Okay.
It's like,
Davey just kind of looks around and looks to the party. So, what are we doing?
do you
I
drink
just
beer?
know a place to get here.
What?
Do you drink beer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Let's get some beers.
Order a beer.
Y'all stay here. I'll go see if I can find one of my friends here in the city, so we can get some
Alright.
intel. Do I?
Do you need backup?
Nah, it's been a long time since I was here, so I should be all right.
Very well.
If you see me running by the door yelling, then I need backup.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind.
Sure, you don't want like Lizard Man to go with you?
I don't know how they'll react to anybody else, so just me for right now.
I could turn into a small animal and sneak into your pocket.
Sounds vaguely threatening, Tread. Anyway.
Knowing what I know of this city, do I know of any of the minstrels here?
If they are, they're gonna be deep behind the main city wall, somewhere getting close to the area labeled the trade district, more closer to Samuel's Gate.
Oh. I might have to travel for quite a while to get over there. I gotta get all the way to the northwest side of the city.
Yep.
Trade. How long does that normally last? Or to transform?
Mine?
Yes.
Let me check real quick. It's several hours.
If you're
I
on
can do it
foot,
twice.
like how big is this place?
There's a scale I'm pretty sure
Oh.
that can't be meters, but it is big. It is very big.
500.
It can't be 500
I really
miles.
doubt that.
I doubt this is
Yeah.
500 miles. This is probably like the same size as Loburn and Weepingburg. They're all about a good 2 to 3 hours worth
So,
of travel across, but that's mostly because of the traffic.
well, Straight, if you wish to come with me, we can find an allocation there, and you can change.
I can transform for 5 hours on one transformation, and I can do it twice.
Oh, just don't transform back without telling, without hopping out of my pocket.
Okay. I turn into a small, scaly mouse
With a
I hold
beard.
it up in my pocket.
with a beard.
But do you have a mustache?
Actually, if he looks that cool, I'll have him hop on my shoulder.
I do like circles around your shoulder for a second, and then just sit there.
And I start heading out. See you in a little bit.
I wave to the party as we walk out.
Davy is just like staring, like dumbfounded, like what the fuck did I just see?
Our lizard man is also a druid. He can transform it.
Okay, that's a lot more. Okay, that still weird, but it makes a lot more sense than what I was thinking.
Does it sound weird that I actually don't want to know what you were thinking?
I mean, I can tell you if you want.
Oh, no, maybe later.
No, I want to know what you were thinking.
Well, like a were rat.
Oh, like full moon kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh. Well,
it ain't a full moon. I know that
well, yeah,
much.
I
Yeah,
thought
nope.
maybe, yeah.
He's not a were rat.
That you know of.
The
Probably
boy-
be cooler.
Well,
Ah.
way to
So I
stick it
take
to him
off
there,
and-
Brock.
Go towards the trade district and look for signs of the minstrel.
Okay. So, you make your way through the city. The city business is good. So, as you pass through the gate right about as you make it through one of the gates, there are a number of gates on either side of the main work district of the city. This area is referred to as the Crucible because it is just a series of smithies and related kind of support crafts. Like they turn
Just my
out
kind of place.
they turn out metalwork on an industrial scale. It's not necessarily what you would expect. It's not necessarily weapons, but they make a lot of metal fabrication in the city. As you make your way through there, there's the clattering of hammers and all sorts of other lovely, deafening noises that come out of the crucible. You make your way through the trade district as people are hawking their wares. It's a little bit more crowded, even more crowded than Loburn, and business seems to be good. You make your way down a couple of side streets, and it's been a while since you've been in the city. But you make your way to a small halfling neighborhood. Everything is a little bit more close quarters because, well, it takes half the amount of space in order to house halflings as it does to house full-grown men. So everything is kind of like those little tiny Japanese hotels. But
Capsule.
Yeah, like it's like a capsule hotel, but it is. It's like a capsule hotel, but slightly bigger. So it is very much honeycombed over here near Samuel's Gate. As you make your way there, you find a familiar looking, kind of what we would consider an apartment. And you knock on the door, and it opens. And a halfling female opens the door. It's kind of surprised. There's a random other halfling with a bearded rat on his shoulder. Oh,
Yeah, sorry, I lost all sorts of signal, so
great.
I got through a door and I knocked on it.
You got to the door and knocked on it, and a halfling woman answered it. And surprised to see a strange halfling with a bearded mouse that is scaly.
Scaled bearded mouse.
Yes.
I just wanted to say hello from the minstrels of Loburn.
You know her. She's very
I do know
surprised
her?
to see her. Yeah, just to see you, because it's been a couple of years since you've been here. Her name is Maria. She's
Uh-oh.
block. Queer.
Ah, Maria. How have you been?
Fine. Where have you been?
I just got back from Loburn. That was a fun little ride of a time.
Yeah, Maria is one of those friends, despite the fact that you're like, what, 75 now?
Yes.
Okay. She is several years older than you, but she acts like your
Quite a
adoptive
bit.
mom.
She's decades older than
Yeah. She's the friend that acts like everyone's mom,
Ah.
but is kind of
Mia
in
in
it.
small form.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Mini Moira.
Mini Mora, yes.
Maria, Mini Myra. We're good.
Yeah. She ushers you into the small sitting room. It's like, I have some snacks. Hang on. And she comes out and, with the true halfling cooking, brings out...
How tall is the ceiling in here?
The ceiling is probably 5 feet.
Enough for some.
Tread could fit in here if he was, like, lying on his stomach.
Okay. This is my friend Tread Skyla, and I point to the scale bearded mouse. He's actually
I
quite
wave.
a bit bigger than this normally. He is the lizard folk, but he's a druid.
Does he want something to eat?
More than
He
likely.
nods.
What? Does he speak?
In this form, no.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll probably just eat about just anything.
No.
I look at him. That's right?
He nods.
Okay, she
What?
comes back with a plate of tarts with a little jam in the middle.
Ooh.
And you know she's very well known for her cooking. She's the one who puts them into bake sales and fairs and things like that. And it's like, oh, she's the blue
Like
winner river winner. There.
Blue ribbon winner.
Yes.
That.
I immediately go to grab one and go, oops, need to take these off. And grab one.
Mm.
And hold one up, put one on my shoulder for Tread, and then grab another one.
I take a nibble at it.
Okay, make me a Constitution saving throw, Tread. Oh, it's real good. It's real good, but you barely stop yourself from just like trying to eat the whole thing, Looney Tunes style, in like one bite. but you're just
He
like,
just doubles himself in in mouse size.
yeah, he's just like, you're shoveling it. Oh yeah, it's everywhere. It's great. It's heaven. It's almost as good as that broth, but it is
But I
very
can't
good.
swim in it.
No, yeah.
Only
No.
drawback.
It's like it'd be like a mud bath, but it is delicious.
I'm going
So-
for it. Mud bath me up.
I pick him up and the tart, and I look for a place to set him down to enjoy it. And set him down.
There is.
He's quite strange.
I can see. It's not very often I see a rat that is both scaled and has a beard.
Yeah, you should see what he does in combat.
I would rather not. What are you doing here? What are you? It's been years.
I know. Well, have you heard the news of Loburn?
To be honest, I really haven't heard much of anything out of Loburn. Everything's been busy here, but that's mostly because of the Crucible. But other than that, I've been baking. And whatever did happen to that hussy you ran off with last time?
Yes. She kind of got a little bit too clingy and thought we were soulmates. So I found a friend who seemed like he was bigger and badder, and she ran off with him. I still owe him 40 gold for doing it. Oh well.
I'm surprised it's not more, and she just rolls her eyes. But what you
You
bring?
punch out one human, and then people think you're super strong. Not want to have her traveling around with me.
But what is the news of Loburn?
Well, it's free.
Free how?
I was there. I was there as we killed the Lich of the Tower.
You mean the eye?
The Eye, yeah, the Eye. My bad. As I was there as we killed the Eye.
You killed an eye.
Me and my other friends.
You killed an eye.
Yes.
She just kind of like lowers her hands, and you see like a little bit of look of shock. Starts to.
And now we're here to do the same thing here.
That might be a problem. They might bring reprisals. It might make everything worse than was before. Oh my god. You hear a clatter in the background as Tritskala just dive bombs into the tarts. She's just Maria's just so into it.
Shocked.
Yeah. That she doesn't even notice the mess he's making all over the floor.
Greer just kind of cringes.
It's don't get me wrong, it's a great thing. It means that there's hope that Gantivos would be back to what we thought it once was, what it could be. But it could make it so much worse. It could.
We
Well-
found one. I was just gonna say, we found one of the Dragon Knight's armor sets and his weapon. You know, from the stories.
She just kind of just. I was never so much into the history of the stories as you were, Greer.
Yeah. You did much better with cooking.
Well, it's what I'm good at. It's what I love to do.
But I need to get in touch with other men around and some of the others to try and get this all started. Because if we can get into the tower, we can fight our way up and get rid of the eye. All we have to do is get the band here to distract the guards.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see if there's anyone else willing to go on this fool's errand, or at least prepare you for a fool's errand. But you did it once before. That's impressive, and it might bring more people to the cause than even we expected. She kind of checks the time. But I have a baking competition in 2 hours. Please, yeah, take some snacks for the road. I'll reach out when I can. Is there any place you'll be staying?
Give her the name of a inn, probably over by the Silk Gate area. A little bit of a nicer. I'm guessing that's a little bit of a nicer area.
It is. It's a little nicer, a little newer. So they do have an inn there. It's called the Leather Straps.
Strops?
The Leather Straps.
Oh, God,
Kinky.
he said leather
Kinky.
straps.
Damn it, you beat me.
I was gonna go. Yes, please. So I give her the name of the inn. My group will be there.
Well, I'll see if I can get someone over there as soon as possible when I have news.
Oh, and your boy Leaping Frog is to the southeast of the city. He really didn't want to come in in case the guards recognized.
Oh,
He
it's
wasn't
your
here when
boy.
I was here.
He is a very well known teller of stories. So her eyes kind of like, oh, it's your boy. Oh, I love listening to his tales of the great chefs of old.
If we can get him in here, which I look over at Tread. Tread might be able to do something about getting him into the city, but it doesn't last for. Maybe if they fly, that might work. If you have a place here he could crash, we could get him and his son in here.
Yes.
But we'll be there. You go ahead and go take care of your cooking competition. I know you'll come back a winner, as you always do.
Oh, it's competition has gotten tougher over the years.
Just means you put in about 50% more effort than your full 100.
Mm.
But I pick up, try to. Damn it.
Oh, look at this mess. Oh my goodness. Just
Tread.
Huge mouse
You
burp.
need to actually clean up. If you're gonna eat it, clean up the mess as I help wipe it all up.
I'm gonna transform out of the mouse form, transform into a dog form, lick it up.
Oh,
God.
what kind of dog?
This is gonna be polymorph, so I can save my wild shape for the trip back.
I'm
So,
wondering how
normal
big
dog.
the dog is.
Like medium-sized dog, like 3 feet tall.
Okay.
3.5.
Oh God!
So you're as tall as Greer.
Yeah,
You're taller than me, you fucker.
yeah.
Oh, that's a large dog.
As I give Tread a little punch. Smaller dog next time. Look at the size. God.
It's kind of like the old Beethoven movies, but instead of a Saint Bernard, it's like just a regular dog.
Freaking
but
golden retriever.
something like that. But it's kind of you get Clifford vibes, just a little bit. Anyway,
I am sorry.
well,
Tread'll do a
What?
dog bow
bearded
as an
dog.
apology.
But he loves
not a beard because it's polymorph.
No,
It's just a normal dog, unfortunately.
No.
I
Oh,
can guarantee you, he will bring you some of his special spices. They make a really good tea, and they go good in a lot of different.
Well, I do have to
You know
make some
what?
spice meat pie.
I'm gonna transform out and be like sitting down so I'm not, slamming through the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna pull out my spice pouch and offer her a taste of the spices.
You want some spice? She tries some. She's
Would you like to
impressed.
try my spice?
She does try some of the spice, and she's actually really impressed. Like, I think this goes very well with my pie. And so she takes a little bit, and it's like, I forgive you for making a mess.
I apologize. I enjoy food,
As do I.
but I did clean it up.
Oh, nothing. I thought it was something. I'm like, nope, not doing that here.
Okay, so you guys start heading back to the bushel. Meanwhile, it took you like 2 to 3 hours to do all that, and you still have like an hour or two on the way back. So we rewind to about 10 to 20 minutes after Tredscala and Greer leave, and we're back in the bushel. The extremely large bearded man, the beard is large, not the man, is aggressively polishing the glass as he looks at you from across the darkened bar room. Can I get you anything?
ears.
And he pours up, what kind of beers?
Ale.
Do you want ale or beer?
Ale.
He pours you up a couple of ales.
What
Davey
I owe you?
Davey just kind of like leans over to Brock. Does he not know the difference?
You cut out right after you leaned over here.
Does he not know the difference?
Most likely not.
Right. That's it.
So you have a number of ales in front of you,
Okay.
and the barman is just kind of eyeing all of you as he sits at the edge of the bar, just waiting as you guys drink your beer, your ale. Brain fart. Lovely. You know, you're taking your time and enjoying this stuff.
Which means that I'm basically slamming it.
Well, you're basically slamming it.
Slamming left and right.
So, what's the plan?
Get drunk.
I'm
I don't think that was the plan.
Oh, it wasn't.
May not have been, but it sure is now.
How about 3 ales in? Brock, as you slam the third one down on the table, at the same time, the door flies open that you had entered. The bright patch of light that is the door, even with the overcast days of Gandivos, a figure darkens it and proceeds to the bar with you. And it's hard to see. It's really hard to see. And as the black-clad figure with a wide brim hat comes up next to you, he just looks at the barman and says, "Whiskey, please."
I'd recognize that head anywhere.
Would you now? How
Yes,
are you doing,
yes.
Brock?
that a friend of yours?
Might say that, yeah.
You might not if you wish. I would not care. You see, the general long trench coat of Augustus Black is draped over him, and it looks like one of his arms is actually in a sling. The left one, particularly.
Davy, Mr. Black, Davy.
Davy Thomas.
It is an honor to
Hey.
meet you, Davy.
He holds his hand out.
And as you reach out, he's got like the glass of whiskey like halfway to his lips. It says, "You'll forgive me if I hold off on that." And he slings it back and then sets it down and then shakes your hand.
Firm handshake, just like before. Hopefully, don't hurt him.
You're surprised at how strong his grip actually is. He looks
Well, all right.
He looks to be a man about the size, like the size dimensions of Lundgren. So not necessarily the big hulking expanse that is Brocked, but there's definitely a measure to his grip.
So it's the same kind of surprise I got from Greer's grip being pretty strong.
Yeah, it's strong, but it's not. It's strong in a different way. It's steady compared to like I'm just gonna squeeze it till the blood bursts.
Gotcha.
Old man strength.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
You as well. Lundgren, I see you are still wearing that ridiculous helmet. I guess it is an improvement over the pot.
It is. Thank you.
I don't think that was a compliment.
He just nods at Frederick and Grimly because I'm not pulling those voices right now. And your lizard folk friend and the small one, where are they?
Is this else?
Convenient, wouldn't you say?
After a fashion.
What?
You cut out a lot, Ty.
I said, after a fashion, sure.
After what?
Never mind.
A fashion, he said.
A fat one.
I don't know what that means.
Well then. I see you are attracting the best and brightest of them all. Yes?
Oh,
I try my best.
I ain't bright at all, sir.
At least you know your limitations. It's a good skill.
He just nods with a grin, like, yeah, pretty much.
Barman, the bottle. And the guy just...
So,
what?
What happened to your arm?
And he gets up and he just walks over to one of the tables, bringing the whiskey glass and the bottle with him, and sits down.
Did he just walk away from us?
Yeah, to a table, a couple like 10 feet away.
I don't think he wants to talk about that.
He seems there's enough chairs for everyone. And it seems like he picked that table specifically for that reason.
Of purpose.
Yes, he did it on purpose.
Don't think Davy's smart enough to pick up on that, so he'll just think he doesn't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna be like, well, he's always been kind of a dick. and just turn around and drink my beer.
I'll go over there and talk to him.
So Lundgren and the two NPC characters now come and sit with Shablack.
Sorry, you got two dumbass people here. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's completely fine.
Out of
It's a
curiosity,
different-
where does his intelligence fall?
His intelligence is as much as Tread's charisma.
Oh God.
I'm not the dumbest in the group anymore.
And you're proud of it, I perceive.
Tell where my dump stat went.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb stats, dumb stats.
Dump stats.
So yeah, I'm just gonna keep drinking my ale over here.
It all started a long time ago. And he just kind of stops and he pours himself a drink and he gets about 3 shots in. The days are all running together. They are very much the same but different. The places are the same, the people are the same, the troubles are the same. The times change. He's just kind of rubbing his face. It feels like he's not even talking to any of you. More like he's just talking out loud to himself. You. And he kind of snaps his fingers at Lundgren. Get the other two over here.
Go over. He does want to talk to us because he said so, and he wants us to come sit over there.
Huh? Is he buying?
If he doesn't, I will. Let's go.
If he don't, I will.
Sounds like Davey's rubbing off on her.
Ew.
Well, if you don't do it, I will.
You have to do it in Tread's voice.
I mean, he should have just said so.
Well, if you don't do it, I will.
Yeah.
You sound
He
too
was
much like
hilarious
Johnny
with
Hill.
words. What? He's gonna get up and plop down and
And I'll just do the same. Go over to him.
You
With
asked.
my
You asked what happened to my arm, yes. Well, perhaps you forgot the sentinel. Outside of the keep. Yes?
what?
No, I
No,
remember.
I didn't forget it.
Perhaps that is where lies the answer. I'm turning him into Tobias. No, that's the wrong one. Tobias. The Reverend Augustus Black. There we go. Alright. The sentinel was able to wound me, but I was able to get him to show reason again. Of a sort, he is not dead. He merely works for me now, which, if you ask any of the others, is pretty much like being dead.
I don't know what any of that means, sir.
He gives you this very blank stare, like, that's too bad.
Oh, okay.
This is like the sucks to be you stare.
It's more like
You don't need to, Davey. Don't worry about it. I'll just slap
Sucks
my
to
it's kind of
Okay.
like the adults are talking and no one else is an adult but him in this situation.
Davey just shuts up and just keeps sipping at his ale.
It says that we pay for the sins of our predecessors. I think it's finally culminating for those of Gantivos and of those in the Four Kingdoms. It's a fickle thing, time. Some have more than others, and some have more, some have less. Some, like you, and he points over to Davy, have significantly less than what he has, and he points over to Lundgren. Others are like me, timeless, ageless, but yet we still feel the burden of the years. Without a doubt, Gantivos will fall. But how many of us will fall with it? He says that he points at each and every one of you as he's got like his 6th shot. Slings it back. The problems that always rise will rise again, but unlike our predecessors, we will make sure that they do not rise as much as we can. We do not have their magic, we do not have their experience, but we do have their hindsight. And it is quite interesting to see just what their creations can do. And he kind of contemplates the door again. This is coming to the end of our talk. And he looks over, as if he expects all of you to understand what that means.
That he's done talking and we should get the F out.
He's a little bit. He looks like he's having a little hard time focusing. So. I believe this place will be quite interesting to a number of you, particularly you, Lundgren. But that is a question you'll have to find for yourself. The crucible that we will go through. And he looks very meaningfully at you when he says that. Like he's trying to be subtle, but not subtle. The crucible that we will go through will forge us into something new, giving us knowledge, power, and understanding of our situation, to see the exact extent of their invasion. But do not take it for granted. Do not take being a champion for granted. For the Sentinels were built as champions such as you, but there is always a catch. Speaking of, I hear within one of the churches they brought in a metal man with wings left over from an age gone by. And he waves his hand. He waves his good hand in the air, like, ooh. Perhaps is the key to what we do next. Perhaps it is not anything at all. Perhaps it is merely their own imaginings of a relic long lost. But maybe, just maybe, it is a reckoning for this city, a warning of their meddling with affairs that are not theirs, of uncovering those things that were meant to be covered for eternity. Or I'm too much in my cups. Who knows? It's getting late. He gets up. And he tosses a handful of gold on the table. So that should cover the whiskey. That should also cover the rest of your drinks. And he gets up and he leaves.
Mr.
Davy just watches him leave and then looks to Lundgren. Do you know what he meant by any of that?
In part, yes, I do. But I think the other part we're gonna have to discover while we're here, like he said.
You ain't in any trouble, are you?
That depends on who you ask.
And Frederick kind of
Well,
looks and goes,
We are trouble.
we are problem solvers. And so those who make problems, we are trouble.
I mean, I stand by that. I just hope none of you are in too much trouble. We can't get you out of it.
Oh, we've gotten into and out of plenty of trouble. I think we should be okay.
So have I, friend. So have I. He kind of holds up his drink to. What's the word I'm looking for?
Toast?
Yes.
Toast.
That doesn't actually conjure up images of booze, but only bread.
What?
He's making a joke about toasting.
Oh, I'm okay.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he holds up his ale glass to clink it with you guys, and then take a very big gulp.
And then big gulps. They sneak up on him.
Big boy, big gulp.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. The biggest of big boys, the biggest of big gulps. I think that's a good cliffhanger for us to end on.
I think so.
It leaves us in mystery.
Bad.
Good night, Q. Have a good night's sleep.
Night.
But,
Finish it up.
all right.
Okay.
So, that ends our story for tonight. Hopefully we'll have a different one over the next couple of weeks, because we might be doing Shadowrun if, schedules permit. If not, we'll be back with more D&D. And we'll find out just what awaits them in Dim Grave.
Probably
All of Cthulhu.
dim grave.
Hey!
Oh.
Well, cool music plays as the lights go down, and we'll catch you next time.